But let's get into the first match of the day. It's Allegiance versus Out of Style in the RLCS promotion tournament. With the commentaries, Waypunk and Fightable Carpet. Take it away, guys.
Welcome to DFH Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. The Egg people have packed the arena, and I see that our viewers have packed our online broadcast. I don't know if there's really a capacity for that, so I'm glad to see that they've filled it up as much as they have. We're getting some great Rocket League here between Allegiance and Out of Style. I'll be taking you through the action here. I'm Waypunk. I got Fightable Carpet here with me as well. How you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. This is both. This is my least favorite and favorite things all at the same time.
Really?
I really struggle watching anybody lose to opportunities, especially because every single player that I've seen, even the RLRS and RLCS, I feel like has really obviously earned a spot there and is an incredibly talented player.
Sure.
But to watch two people lose their spots is just as sad as watching two people get their spots, which is like they're equally happy and sad and like the same. I don't know.
I hear what you're saying. For me, I like this tournament feels like better than, you know, like a qualifier where it's like, especially in past years where it's like if you lost in the qualifier, you were just out here. If you lose in this tournament, you get to still play in the rival series next season. But if you win in this tournament, you get to play in the championship series. And with this match in particular, if you lose here, you drop down to the lower bracket. You never have to face those upper bracket teams again. You just have to win through the lower bracket. As long as you win 2 games in today, you are in. You are in through.
I mean, to be fair, you have to play one of the other upper bracket teams because essentially one person's going to move on and then that person's going to drop to the lower.
Sure.
So, I mean, just I guess a quick, easy way to describe this, it's a double elimination. You have to win essentially 2 matches to move on into the RLCS. So you have to beat 2 of your 3 potential opponents in this series. In general, just out of the 4. So it's still, I guess you scary odds.
You could face off against the team that you lost to in round 1 if they, you know, because they'll win and move into the next round, and then they could drop down to the lower brackets. You could potentially face off against them again. That is how it works. But it's like a double limb where we stop like just a round before the end usually. So all the teams will have opportunities to make it through. Allegiance here was the team that was just like, it was just a heartbreaking season for them where they were so close to having such a different season so many times. They had quite a few game 5s, only got swept twice. They had a great showing, and it felt like they were just inches away from winning so often and just couldn't quite put it together.
Well, they had a game 5 against Renegades, who was in this tournament with them, and a game 5 against Ghost, who's a team that really caught a lot of people by storm. They were able to beat FlyQuest, and you said they only got swept twice, and I think it's by one of the two dominating teams, which kind of wasn't a terrible surprise.
Sure.
Because just Allegiance is a roster of newer players. So when you take that into account, the fact that they haven't really been here in the RLCS, they had an incredible performance. We saw some really cool stuff out of all of them. Some of the passing plays they executed in like week number 2 were like top notch, like as good as we saw all season kind of stuff. But, you know, on the side of RLRS, you know, we have Justin, who, you know, used to play a lot with Squishy, and people are kind of, not people, I've heard over there them refer to him as the mini Squishy at times.
Sure.
Because he's kind of like, I don't want to say in his wake, because it's not like he's in Squishy's shadow, but he has a lot of similarities to Squishy in high mechanical play, really able to strike, do some really creative stuff to get the ball to his teammates to be able to shoot the goals. Shoot the goals.
Shoot the goals, yeah.
That's the main objective, you know? You can't shoot the goals to get off the pitch.
Just shoot the balls at the goals, however you want to phrase it there. Justin, a quality player. One of the shining lights in the rival series here, but we're going to start off with Allegiance on the offense. It's Allegiance in the blue and Out of Style in the orange. We'll get our games underway. Seabass locked up high, Illusion to follow and to try and send it in, but does not make contact on the ground.
Tough read.
Now Johnny looking for Oceania, interrupted by Seabass up towards Tyler. Or Ty, not Tyler. I've done that to him a few times. Oh, look at Illusion with the flick. Can he finish it off? Sends the shot across. Justin puts it through, and Allegiance is on the board.
Illusion, a player that really showcased himself early on, and here a nice trap taking Lichinio and Epic Johnny out. Epic Johnny even tried to stay grounded in hopes to retreat back, but Justin caught in one of the worst places on defense as a player in front of you that has full control of the ball on his hood. That's essentially a losing situation for you.
Seabass up off the kickoff. Sends it to the far corner. Best of 7, first of 4 wins moves forward here in the bracket. Right now we see Out of Style trying to respond to the goal, the early goal from Allegiance. Ball lofted in the orange box, cleared by Justin. They intercepted in the pass play from Allegiance. Shot towards net, blocked by Lachinio. Now the zone from Aleutian. The shot from Seabass is a bit high, and now the counter play down the field. Nobody in the back. It'll be a tie ball game.
Epic Johnny and Justin both sitting in net for this, waiting for it as Lachinio trying to contest. I actually thought it was Justin at first who got that touch, but too many contested and competed for that on the side of Allegiance. And we will see Epic Johnny tie the goal up in a cross-field shot.
We'll put that one through. It was a good offensive effort from Allegiance, but the final shot that needed to go in was high off the crossbar, and a great transition by Out of Style will tie the game back up. Tyler now out to Seabass. Can Aleutian pin this one on target, tries to put it through, but blocked away by Epic Johnny. We'll see it stay tied up here with 3:37 left to go in game number 1. The corner, Tyler missing contact. Seabass here. A bit confused with Tyler. Both going for the ball, leaving a bit of an opening. Ball spending quite a bit of time here in the orange box. Johnny will play it away off the soft touch from Aleutian. Now Johnny with the pass towards Justin. Galichino to the corner, Aleutian off the wall. Tyler sits in net. Ty sits in net. Pass to Seabass is high. Aleutian up to try and finish it off, but drops back down into the box. And it's these pass plays from Allegiance that we complimented them on all season. When they were able to get the pass plays really working, they were as deadly as any team we had seen. Just many of the teams were able to pick up the pace to a level that shut down those passing opportunities from Allegiance.
The offense is in their favor right now. They have 8 shots to only 2 for Out of Style, and the only goal that we've seen from Out of Style was an overcommitment for Allegiance, but now we'll see 2 stuck in net.
Justin able to get up and block after getting caught on the post with Lachinio. An excellent recovery there to keep this game tied up, and now Johnny through the air. 2 players in the corner from Allegiance, not a good position, but Ty will be able to get it away before Justin can send it in. He bumps Seabass on the rotation though, and Aleutian's gonna have to make a last-ditch touch over to the side to block an inbound goal. Now Justin through the air. Demolition of Seabass in the corner. He can just slow carry this one over the top. It hits the crossbar, and Ty gets the clear, sending it back away. Dodging a bullet as Out of Style tried to take the lead.
I would not be surprised to see a couple more attempts out of Justin throughout this series just like that, nearly outplaying the solo player in net.
Ty onto the side. Now Seabass to pass across. Justin sends it straight downfield. They're gonna need one more touch to finish this off. It drops down. Aleutian's not really there, and Justin with a soft touch onto the backboard once more. Drops it again, but it hits the corner. Does not go in. He's been so close to giving the lead here to Out of Style, but just can't quite come up with it.
They're very difficult shots, and I figured in situations like that, maybe opt for a harder hit off the backboard for a teammate, and Lachinio just getting defended out.
Able to play that one through. Oh, and then Tyler off the side, wins the 50-50. The aggression was a bit too much from Out of Style, left them open, and Allegiance has the lead.
The second open net so far this game, but I'm happy to see that both these teams aren't going for the passive route. A lot of times when there's a lot at stake, we see teams going passive, but since this is double elimination, I think round 1 is where we're going to see everyone really just putting on the fire, trying their best to get the passes and shots in. Later, we'll probably see them slow down and try and play a little more tactfully.
Ty looking for Aleutian. Now Lachinio midfield over the top of one. The pitch from Seabass goes in Lachinio's favor and goes back into the blue box. Aleutian misses. Ty has to play this one away, and he will make contact. Gets the second touch over the top of Justin and gets the full clear out into the orange. Onto the backboard. Johnny's clear is less than ideal, and Lachinio will help him out. But the shot from Aleutian blocked by Justin. Over to the corner. Now Seabass out in the middle. Tyler turns around, tries to take the shot. Go to the corner. 38 seconds remaining, down by 1, Out of Style. Need to find a way to put together a goal, at least tie us up. Ty goes in the corner, Aleutian sits in net. Tyler will be able to play it away. Justin, though, keeping the pressure on here for Out of Style. Pass 2, and again, the shot barely wide. Zoned out by the defense. 14 seconds remaining. Justin will look for Epic Johnny. Full aggression right now from Out of Style. So they really have to be able to move this one up. If there's ever been a time for clutch, it's right now. But Seabass shuts down Justin in the midfield. And as the final countdown happens, the 50-50 is just going in Allegiance's favor over and over. If Aleutian can just slam this one down, he'll soft touch it, and it'll roll towards the ground. Justin to try and keep it up in the corner. He's got interference from Seabass. I'll be impressed if they can get this out of the corner right now. They're using the wall to their advantage and getting it out there. Tyler is up. He'll send it to the side. Now Johnny onto the backboard. Can they get this one away? Illusion over the top. Very close. Beautiful plays there by Out of Style to push it all the way back down the field and give themselves another scoring opportunity. But Allegiance is able to hold on to the defense and get the win.
Valiant effort there at the end by Out of Style, trying to tie it up. A one-goal game, but the shot differential tells a bit more of a story. Allegiance had a lot more than midfield passing plays where you saw Out of Style hitting it on the backboard in empty locations, which I think is just as effective. But you saw Justin with those 2 attempts just a little bit shy. And his defense, they were nearly difficult shots. He had to hit it off the backboard one more time and then try and find an almost impossible angle straight down. So in a situation like that, I'd assume maybe go for a teammate instead. Hit it off that backboard a little bit harder. It's going to be just as difficult for them to defend, and someone like Lucinio can be there for it to try and follow that up. Or Epic Johnny, to be honest. Either of them are definitely capable of making a shot like that. So in situations like that, while I love the solo plays and I like seeing that, I think maybe when it's that tight of a shot, go for the pass. But again, hindsight's 20/20. In the heat of the moment, you see an opportunity. I want them to go for it. That's what makes this fun, and I think that's what will give them the opportunities. We see, but you gave a little bit of hint towards it. Allegiance, a lot more passing. Just very early on, right out of the game. They're doing the midfield passing plays, cutting it off that backboard, where you see, their opponents are using the backboard just a little bit more often. I don't really think one is allowing for more shots a little bit.
But you heard him talk about it on the desk that Allegiance is one of the best defenses. You had Seabass winning the Golden Striker of the season. He didn't have any saves in that last game there, but still, the defense from Allegiance has had plenty of quality practice against dynamite teams in the RLCS. So when it comes to Out of Style, they're going to have to be creative to get it past that strong back line of Allegiance. And I'd also like to apologize to Ty Tyler.
Tyler again?
Yeah, I've been calling him Tyler like the whole match, and it's what naturally comes to mind. Johnny over the top, giving them props on the defense, and then they sit grounded off of this pass from the corner.
Nearly immediately. They all had boost as well. I just don't think anyone had fully dedicated to who should have gone for that.
Did you see Seabass fall on top of Ty?
Oh, is that what happened?
He kind of like basically Goomba stomped him, and then neither one of them could go up.
Oh yeah, I was trying to pan through their cameras real quick to find their boost.
Almost Seabass now off the kickoff over the top towards the goal. Johnny with the save away. Lucian's there first, passes into the middle. Ty will follow to the corner. Ty, not Tyler.
Actually saying his name.
Gotta remind myself sometimes. Oh, Justin, pass to back line of Seabass again will block it away, but a lot of damage was already done, and the offensive pressure will be there right now for Out of Style.
In your defense, if he doesn't want to be called that, he shouldn't put it in his name.
I mean, if he just said Ty, it would be a little bit less confusing.
It'd be easier to say Ty if his name was Ty.
But Lucinio to Justin here, the shot through right between the defense. The defense all amok right now here in the beginning of game 1 for Allegiance.
And reading some of the notes from the RLRS guys as well, they were talking about Lucinio. His shot accuracy wasn't terribly amazing all season, but a lot of his shots or stuff ended up as passes towards his teammates. And there you can see it. Instead of going for the shot, he opts to give it to Justin, who's going to secure it. That's 2 goals up for them. A very early lead with only a minute in.
First time they've had the lead in this series. See a Lucian pass to Seabass. Just nails it straight onto his hood. Now Ty to carry through the air. Lucinio back down. Seabass up to put it onto the backboard once more. Johnny must go airborne. Dropping back down. Justin will play to the corner. Try to get it away from Lucian. Able to put it into the middle now. Seabass back. Cross towards Ty. Soft shot towards net. Brings up Lucinio and Justin. Seabass plays it over to the side. Can Lucian get this underneath? It'll be Lucinio who blocks. Now Seabass in the midfield. Off the wall. He's got Lucian to work with in the mid. Gets it past Johnny. Sends it towards the net. But there was no read from Lucian. They'll go past Allegiance, still looking for their first goal here in game 2. Justin with a soft touch. It'll be Seabass towards the corner. Lucian moves up into the 1 roll past Johnny. Tries to fake out Justin, but he'll be able to get it away. Now Ty back in the middle. A lot of space given here. Lucinio wins the second touch, puts it onto the backboard to drop back down. Ball just doing laps around the field as the players move it back and forth right now. No one really making meaningful contact towards the net. Nothing really getting set up on the offense right now, just looking for holes in the defense. Seabass will try to get it past Justin, but he'll put it back into the corner. Lucian up, but Johnny with the 50-50 will win it out.
Out of Style up by 2 goals, and the demolitions are just pouring in right now. Allegiance has done, I think, 4 to 5 demolitions in the last minute.
Ball going into the corner. Illusion with a follow. Johnny waits on the ground, but Illusion will let it airball. Now 3 players in this corner for Allegiance. Breakaway opportunity really there right now for Out of Style. Justin gets a past 1, but Illusion had fallen back. Ty will sit in the corner, or in the goal. Now go airborne. Looking for Seabass on the wall. Not making contact, but able to get the bounce reset. Get a touch. Now Justin down the field again. Can take a shot towards net. Tyler. Ty Not Tyler to play it away. In Ty Not Tyler's defense, I don't think I've had this problem all season, but all of a sudden today it's become an issue. So I interviewed the poor guy and asked him about his name. And it was because people called him Tyler that he named himself that.
It's actually kind of funny.
It's hilarious to me. Seabass in the middle field with a nice boomer up the top. Justin with a soft touch, not the best one. It'll drop straight down. Can Seabass put it under? No, he puts it off the crossbar. Illusion the pass towards Ty. Can he send it up? No. It'll just touch the wall, and Johnny will clear it away. 1:20 left to go. What's been a pretty slow game after the first minute, and Allegiance really struggling to get any of the offensive pressure they had in game number 1. A shot there just wide again. Illusion couldn't put it in the net.
Tied in shots right now. 4 shots to 4. So they have it even. We saw 2 early ones from Out of Style, but I see them getting a little antsy to come out of net. Even 2 goals up. Oh, never mind.
That one was just a wide open net there, and Oceania says, thanks, I'll take that one. Off the pass from Justin here.
We've seen that mistake from both teams a bit already this season. 2 going up for that, no one in the corner. Ty and his teammate trying their best to try and rush back to net, but there's nothing you're going to do from the corner, and Oceania is able to sink it in. 3 goals up now, 58 seconds remain.
Well, just the miscommunication there. Illusion feeling like he needed to kind of panic punt that one high when Ty was coming out of net, and so he eliminates both players. A nice block there by Illusion on the shot from Epic Johnny. Right now, the saves aren't going to do anything for him. They got to get this one down and score. What it looks like, though, right now, 40 seconds left with 3 goals up. Out of Style, going to be tying up the series at a game apiece.
They are in absolute control right now with these passes that they're able to execute from the midfield, coming up backwards to the midfield, then still reading each other, getting there quickly. They have a lot of control right now. This will be a lot of confidence going into the next game.
Illusion will try to pass to his own teammates, but shut down in midfield. One of the big things we saw in game number 1 was the 50-50, the 1v1 situations really going in Allegiance's favor. It's kind of been the other way around here in game number 2. The solo play is just continuously going in Out of Style's favor here, and as the timer does clock down, looks like we'll actually have a complete shutout here. 3-0 in favor of Out of Style as they get their first victory here in the promotion relegation tournament.
3 goals giving up on slightly uncharacteristic movements from Allegiance, some miscommunication, getting beat out. That opening one, you know, when you don't really expect the Gooba Stomp very often, especially what becomes more difficult as these teams get better is you're kind of relying on that one person to do something because you have to. You want to spread out. But the moment something happens to them that's unexpected, whether somebody lands on top of them, unfortunately, or somebody bumps and clears them, or just straight up demolishes them, that's where all of a sudden there's a huge kink in the armor at that point.
Yeah.
Like, everyone has to now adjust as quickly as possible. Sometimes you have to read it coming, like, oh, my teammate's about to get demolished. I can see that guy going, and I can't warn him in time. Or he just got, like, literally sent to the moon. The worst is when you don't get demolished and you just get cleared, because then you have to, like, land, boost back, get some more boost, and then make it all the way back. So, honestly, timing it better, especially if you're sending them to the other side of the field, would be really good.
And I think that we talked about in the beginning of we talked about in game number 1 that Allegiance is able to put together these pass plays that are brilliant, but the thing that's always kind of been their kryptonite is when the other team is really picking up the pace and really forcing them to make their decisions quickly. And the defensive mistakes we saw from Allegiance here weren't like, oh, we forgot to leave a player back on defense, or we forgot to leave someone in the net off a kickoff, or something like it wasn't a decision-making mistake. It was because of the pace of the game was so fast. They were having to make their decisions so quickly that they were ending up getting on top of each other, and then Out of Style, to kind of seal the deal, was able to score very, very quickly. I think every time a mistake was made on the defense by Allegiance, Out of Style scored within like 1 or 2 seconds of that. So like they left no room for errors here off the kickoff, though. This one might be a little bit different of the story. Justin puts it in 5 seconds.
I mean, it's very similar to how the last game started. First goal in a very short period of time, and they're just outpacing them, having a plan on kickoff. Every team has some kind of plan, but being able to execute it when the ball goes in your favor, when the guy that you sent to kickoff sends it to where he needs to send it, your team's in a major advantage.
Well, when you go to double boost on the kickoff, you are putting so much faith in your kickoff man to win his 50-50s, and all the 50-50s lost right there at the beginning. It leaves a wide open net. Out of style, up again. 4 goals straight for them right now. We'll see if they can possibly do this. Just making the backwards plays. Well, that one will get shut down. Ty and Illusion to try and pinch it out of their own corner. And now Seabass, the shot downfield's a bit high. He'll need some help. Nobody's really there. He'll back off. I think they were expecting Ty to move up.
You saw them both sit in net. Oh, my.
And again, the slight hesitation in the corner from Ty, zoning out his own goalie, and Johnny will make it a 2-0 game.
I don't know what picked up, and you mentioned it, Ty not going for that. To be fair, it really wasn't as much of a hesitation as he thought it was going to roll the moment he realized it wasn't going to. He needs to turn around and try and slow that down if someone's going to push that to the back wall. He wasn't expecting Epic Johnny to try and find such a tight angle. But right now, Out of Style seemed to be showcasing Johnny himself.
Oh, man.
2 goals.
Even with the goalie in that, it didn't matter. Just look at this feather right here to make sure he gets just the perfect angle onto the crossbar, have it bounce down and in. 3 goals in the first minute. Out of Style's on fire right now.
Ty had the boost for that. That was on him to defend. You want to wait, of course. When you're on defense, you need to wait until whoever's attacking you has no more touches on the ball, right? You can't attack it if they still have control, because then they're just going to outplay you at this level. So he waited for that touch, but he had the time. He should have gotten that, but just slightly misread. And as you said, 3 goals up in the first minute.
Well, the Seabass had won the 50-50, managed to somehow dunk Epic Johnny there. Would have been a goal, but this pinch, is this in? No way. No way this was on purpose. Are you kidding me, Justin? Holy cow. Look at this.
You know?
And then off the ceiling, like those like 3 bounces. Calculated, my friend.
There's a chance that could have been semi-calculated. I've seen.
It's Justin, man. I wouldn't put it past him.
I mean, he definitely lined up the pinch to go towards their half.
Yeah.
That was obvious. And then towards their net, he may have hoped to hit that. I guarantee you the calculation wasn't that precise, but still, nicely pinched, friend.
4 goals in the first minute and a half. And then Justin will shut down what looked like it would be a goal opportunity for Allegiance. Right now Seabass up to Illusion in the corner. Need to play this one through, and they basically have to get aggressive at this point. Already down by monumental fashion. A 4-goal comeback's only happened once in RLCS history. Not to make it sound like the game's already over, but still a very rough task here for Allegiance and what has just been a show match here. Look at the pass from Oceania. Justin's touch will go high. And now the clear downfield. Seabass should be able to finish this one off, but Justin's up to try and zone him out. Still gets it away. And with 3 minutes left, it's still 4-0 Out of Style.
Seabass just barely missed that. It did still hit off that backward right next to the post. With all this room to play, you see Out of Style really starting to come into their comfort zone. You talked about it earlier, Wave. All these passes from these players really looking for each other, really just in control. Look at these dribbles right now. Epic Johnny's been out of his mind, and there it is. Oh no!
Oh my goodness! Justin with the mind obliteration of Allegiance.
The double dribble by Johnny, passing it to Licinio, and then Justin. Oh my God! There it is, Out of Style, 5 goals up. They are looking pretty to potentially take their first series of the promotion tournament.
Absolute domination here in Game 3. Up by 5.
That is around the time I press forfeit match and then abandon match.
You realize it's a private match. You can't do that.
Oh, you can leave. Oh, you can leave. All right.
Yeah, that would not be a good look here, but I totally would feel. You'd feel for him. You'd be like, I see why you did it, man.
Yep.
But here, Allegiance though. At this point, when you're down this much already, teams talk about this. The games get out of hand. You know, this game very quickly got out of hand for Allegiance. At this point, kind of conceding that this game is already going to be a loss and starting to prepare for Game 4 here. This is a best of 7. They're only going to be down by 1 game. Out of Style still has to win 2 more. The Allegiance still has plenty of time to come back into this, and they've had plenty of experience playing against the best teams. A beautiful goal by Seabass there to get some momentum back on Allegiance's side.
I mean, this was a missed save here. It was also a very difficult bounce, perfectly into that corner. Justin trying to get there in time. He reacted as fast as his brain allowed him to, but he wasn't able to get there in time. But Seabass could react quick enough. But yeah, at this point, you want to just remove, like, pull that away from them. Pull that confidence out of their heads. You just got absolutely mind gamed, painfully, but you want to pull that right back. Take it away from Justin. Do it back to him. get some nice goals, try and make them, you know, a little fearful for the beginning of the next match.
There we go. That one should go down and gets the demolition too. Way to secure the goal there, make it a 3-goal game. And this is the sort of thing they've left a lot of time here for Allegiance to possibly come back into this game, a game that most teams would say this one's over at this point. And by getting the goals here at the end, they could easily carry some momentum into Game 4.
This would be the throw of the century. So
this would be the greatest comeback in history.
As much as they are ahead right now, Out of Style cannot get too cocky. They can't leave nets open like that. I know you want to have some fun, and you really, really want to show dominance in this, but you've done enough. Just please don't throw.
That's pass 2 here. Only one in the back right now. Epic Johnny will get it away from the 1 position of Allegiance. Illusion to try and clear it across. Lentino's not quite there in time. They'll look for the pass here. 2 players up. They'll get it past. Now Seabass up again. One of the best shooters in the league puts it through. 2-goal game within the final minute, Carpet.
This is very doable. If we'd seen this, if this was 3-5 early on, 1 minute left. That last play. I mean, any kind of solo 1v1 play, as a defender, it's statistically, you're at a disadvantage. You're probably going to lose this because you're kind of pulling that soccer goalie thing where you just kind of have to guess to a degree. You can try and assume where they might put it, but they have so much more control than you do.
The pass play's coming through. Can he put it in? He puts it through. 48 seconds left in a 1-goal difference. The monumental comeback right now from Allegiance is happening.
Oh my.
And it's all Seabass here. They heard him talk about on the desk. He's the 5th in the league for RLCS as far as shooting goes. And that accuracy is helping them so much right now. It's so much momentum on their side.
The stats are nearly tied up. We see 10 shots apiece, 5 saves to 4 saves for Out of Style, 2 assists or 4 assists for Allegiance and 5 for Out of Style. Oh,
get it? No, Oceania puts it through. Illusion tried his best, but they make it a 2-goal score margin again.
This is going to feel a little bit better for them. Seabass trying to clear that out. He missed the timing. He was trying to get it just after it comes off that backboard. You're able to get a really hard clear. We see a lot of teams actually score off of that because they're so unexpected. But 2 goals in 38 seconds. Allegiance, I mean, they've done that already. 2 goals in 48 seconds in this game.
Rocket, the RLCS record for goals in a game is 11. We're 1 away from tying it. Seabass looks, they need to pass 2 players. Justin's up, he's got to make contact, puts it into the corner. Illusion to try, can he get it away? Sends it to Seabass. Now it's up to Ty. Can he find Illusion? Drops it back down. Trying to take the shot, but not making contact. Justin even got demolished in the midfield. And as the timer counts down, Johnny will try to put in 1 more just for good measure. Seabass to play it away. They cannot play into 0-second time here. And what was a ridiculous comeback from Allegiance will still result in the Out of Style victory, but the momentum definitely split back up between the teams. Allegiance has to feel good about making that so close.
I mean, that's exactly what they had to do. Pull that confidence out of them. Out of Style, I suppose I should say, but I don't like puns, but whatever. They're just going to put more words in their names that are easy to use. They were able to do exactly what they needed to do, and this is the moment. This is the moment.
I think this was...
Yeah, take the double dribble.
Across, they kill it right in front, and then Justin. Just past everybody and into the net. A absolutely monster play. It's been a long time since we've seen a dribble of this quality.
Oh.
You saw all the Allegiance players jump at the same time.
Every single one of them.
Absolutely brilliant stuff there.
There's one for the montage, Justin. There you go.
And would you believe that at that score margin 5-0, they would at one point be within 1 goal? It was incredible to watch Allegiance stay alive in that game. And like you heard me saying it, because this is what, whenever I talk to pros about like what happened in that game where they got up and they scored like 6-1, you lost that heavily, and they always say, well, like once it kind of got to 4 goals, we stopped thinking about this game too much. I started to think about the next game, and it was beautiful to watch Allegiance say, no, we're going to try in this game to take all this momentum back, and they did it in fantastic fashion. They've got to be feeling good about themselves moving into Game 4.
I mean, remember, best of 7, and now they're only down by 1 game. As much as that, between the double fake and being down by such a huge margin may affect you mentally, still a single game separates these 2 teams in the series. And at best of 7, they need to each win. One of them needs to win 4 games. So Out of Style halfway there. Allegiance 1 game from tying it up.
Back in the middle. Off of the kickoff, Illusion will look for Ty. He sends it into the box. Seabass is up. His shooting's been on point. It was on target, but Epic Johnny gets airborne in time to get the save. We're already starting off exciting. It's been a brilliant first minute, like every single game so far in this series. Oceania try and drop it pass, finds the target. Beautiful shot there on the pass from Justin.
I mean, this right here, this was a cheat, and it's perfect form. You see Seabass trying to read Lucinio. Lucian not quite in net, even if he was. Beautifully placed by Lucinio just under the crossbar. And yet, again, they will get their first goal within the first minute.
The first minute, it has been Out of Style to score first in all the last 3 games. Johnny demoed the backfield, but Justin's up with ball control enemy territory. He gets the nice soft touch, but Ty will play it away. And now Lucian will take his time moving it down, but fakes out Epic Johnny. Now he's got it in the corner. Just Justin to deal with the net as Lucinio rotates. Soft touch from Justin's enough to put it past Seabass, and Lucinio will look for the transition. Epic Johnny shot towards net. Cleared, barely cleared by Ty. Now Lucian up at midfield with Ty as well. Went looking for goalies, but didn't find any, and now kind of an open backfield. Out of Style can make this work. Justin's up, sends a shot towards net. Ty gets the save, sends it away. 3:50 left to go, still a 1-goal game.
Oh, Lucinio getting just beat out on defense. You can see quick attacks from Out of Style, but the counterattacks from Allegiance aren't nearly as strong.
The pass plays from Allegiance coming through again. So they've been able to keep the pace at their level. This Ty shot goes through. Justin is bumped out of net, I believe, by Illusion there, and that'll tie up the game.
They've been trying this all series, trying to get these bumps on goalies. We've seen some demolitions. Illusion just turning, finding him, and bumping him all the way out. 2 in the corner for that. Justin left alone in net, not aware someone was hunting him slowly, and they will tie the game up with 3:30 left.
Finally able to get the block there. No one will be running away with the lead just yet here in game 4. Ty with the pass to Seabass. He's up, wins the 50-50, but still some work to be done here, and Lucinio will take it away from the goal. Ty in the back. Lucian the pass across towards Seabass. Plays it back to the orange corner. Now Lucian all the way up towards the backboard. Drops down. Lucinio with the 50-50 win. Will have it onto the blue backboard. Epic Johnny misses the shot, but Justin's in to create more pressure. Lucinio demoed, putting in the aggressive position, which will open up some space for Allegiance to move back down, but it strengthens the back defensive line. Out of Style. Now the drop down. What a pass. The ball even started to go in on its own volition there, and the defense will hold on for Allegiance here. We'll get a shot back down the field. Pressure, though, that Justin is creating, the angles he's hitting, are really making things difficult right now for Allegiance.
They just have to be very aware of any location that he's at on the pitch, because he's such a capable player. That always happens with somebody highly mechanical. You need to just be a little hyper aware of exactly, where they're positioned on the pitch and what kind of threat they pose.
Lucian onto the backboard. Contest right now, and he'll get the boost steal. Had the transition, he'll put it into the blue corner, but Ty try and fall down on the ball. He makes another touch there to steal it away and send it to the orange corner. Solid transitional play. Can they make the goal happen? 1:45 left on the clock. Still tied up at 1 apiece. We're having a 10-goal game in game 3. Things have slowed down significantly, but no less exciting as both teams been creating good opportunities. It's been strong defensive lines at the goal line. They've been keeping this score so low here in game 4. Tile plays it away from his net. Fusion has Hushun move up in the 2. Seabass will overlap his teammate Lucian, but it drops down in front of the box. Ty getting a bit aggressive there on top of Lucian, and they have to fall back and quickly sort themselves out in the defensive rotation. Ty misses on the wall, and Justin will slow this one down. Tries to go for the pop over the top, and Seabass has the read. Though he's got defenders behind him, just really allows him to move up and be aggressive to take that one away. Final minute of gameplay, still tied up.
We see neither team scared to clear the ball and try and follow up then with the 50-50s, confident in their contests. It's a lot of midfield play.
Good play by Seabass, knowing he had to tackle there, and he'll transition it and take a shot. Blocked away by Justin, but Lucian winning the 50-50, has it onto the backboard, and Justin has a soft touch to play to the corner. Transition from Out of Style. Coming through and puts it all the way into the blue. Now 30 seconds remaining. Lucinio onto the side, using the wall, try and pass downfield. So much space given here by Out of Style. Possibly back looking for boost. Epic Johnny misses a touch, and Justin will put it into the corner. Seabass with the tackle. Now Epic Johnny onto the backboard once more. Final countdown, tied up at 1 apiece. A goal here in the end of regulation would secure the victory. We might have overtime here for the first time in our promotion tournament.
Right now, Allegiance wanting to tie up the series. No surprise there. Both teams slowing down a bit, but Allegiance almost.
That was close.
They do like kickoffs.
A very close one there. They've been scored on the kickoffs before. It kind of surprised me to see them leave their back line so wide open here. Aleutian get it past Justin. He missed on the side. Tie over the top of one. Justin with a soft touch. Back to Aleutian. Epic Johnny being zoned in net. The front line holding on right now for Out of Style. This one drops down. Lachino looks for the read. He nearly had it too on the clear from Tyler. There was again. Seabass now with the slow play over the top of Justin. Look at him go. Seabass has just been doing so much work for Allegiance right now as they look to tie up the series. A goal here for Allegiance would put us at 2 games apiece in the series. Just our first series of the day.
Allegiance having, as we saw in the first game, having a lot of control on offense. They have 9 shots right now to only 5 for Out of Style, so they're nearly doubling the shots they have on net. They seem to have a lot of offensive control, but Out of Style also, pretty strong defensive players, good rotations, and they trust each other as well.
Look at Justin go all the way down the field, and he puts it in. Justin putting the team on his back and getting the win for Out of Style.
Another dribble from Justin. 1, 2, and then the third. Seabass and Aleutian sitting back on net. Justin will bring the solo play. They are now 1 game away from moving on to round 1. Remember, double elimination. You have to win 2 series to get promoted to the RLCS. No one here is at least done for forever. That's the good news. No matter what happens in this tournament, 2 will be in the RLRS, 2 will be in the RLCS. So everyone still gets to play and continue on next season. It's just a matter of which series are you in.
Man, Justin, what a play there at the end to give his team the win. You saw him able to play it past, I think it was Aleutian and Seabass in the front line, and then he gets it past Tyler, or Ty as well. And then it took long enough that Aleutian and Seabass were able to rotate back around, and he had to get it past them one more time. So just absolutely, completely destroying Allegiance there as he gets the win here for Out of Style. And as you said, 1 game away from moving into a qualification match.
And when you see players like Justin, everyone likes to say, like, oh, he's carrying the team, right? Without him, they wouldn't have gotten those goals. He is a player that when an opportunity arises, he will, without fail, make something out of it.
Yeah.
He'll make opportunities for himself, which is what makes those players so valuable. These are players that are really confident in 1v1 situations, have mechanical skills that are able to catch the top players off guard, which not every single player has that consistently. Everyone can do it, but Justin is one of the players that can do it very frequently, but it's still his teammates that are helping give him those opportunities. They're getting great 50-50s. They're there to support him. They're there to pass it to him. So as much as it's easy to just look at, oh, look at all these plays Justin are doing, what would Out of Style be without Justin? Justin wouldn't be anything without his teammates either. And I think as a group, they're working really well. They're trusting each other. They trust Justin.
Trustin?
They trust in Justin.
Trust in Justin. That's a good bumper sticker. And on the Allegiance side of things, Seabass has been playing excellently today, especially in the solo plays and in the shooting, the things that we came to know him for, or else his league play. This one drops down in a dangerous place, and Justin able to get it behind the defender. And that's 4 games straight now. We've seen Out of Style first minute score.
I mean, it's within like seconds. They have so much control in these kickoffs, and it begs the question, what is going on? Every time we see one of those goals, I start panning through the cameras. Everyone on Allegiance had boost, right? So they got caught out of position. They weren't prepared for something, and they lost a 50-50. Don't know what it is, but there's something going on kickoffs that is just so much in Out of Style favor. But it's really only in the opening kickoff.
I feel like it's that initial loss of the 50-50 and then just the accuracy from Out of Style. They don't miss that first tiny window of opportunity they're being given, regardless of how big the window is. Now Justin down the field. Can he get it past Ty? Keep ball control in the corner. Now Oceania's shot towards net. They pulled out all the defenders, and it bounces. Can Seabass get it away? He does so. Excellent play. Way to keep his wits about him in what was a very tense moment for him.
I think he gave up. It looked like he gave up, and he's like, oh, wait, it's not in.
That's the sort of situation you can easily own goal. So well done there to keep this at just a 1-goal game. Tie up on the wall, be able to play it past and put it back out in the middle.
Well done to not own goal.
Yep, that's sometimes it's the little victories. Seabass up on the wall. Chases and doesn't make connection, neither does Aleutian, but the ball still makes it all the way to the orange corner. Ty in the middle, Justin over the top of 2. Illusion in the back has to win, and he does. The pass from Seabass, the shot from Illusion, and an Epic Johnny slams the door. Beautiful small ball pass play in front of the net. Shut down by Epic Johnny.
I mean, that is what sets them apart from Out of Style. They are able to get those small ball passes more frequently. We just don't see Out of Style pulling that off nearly as often.
Just isn't even going for it, really. Oh, and Ty getting a demolition on Epic Johnny, but Lachinio was in net too, and he'll carry it away. Another demolition from Ty. Now the pop over Justin, he'll play backwards, but Ty's there, and he's got Seabass in the middle. On the top of 2, Justin looks for the carry. Illusion to Seabass falling back as Justin just keeps it up high and lofted. Best way to transition, and then winning a 50-50 in the corner. Ty who sends it back up towards Seabass. No contact made. That'll get the ball right back to Out of Style. Still holding on to that 1-goal lead. Oceania on the wall. Gets the bump on Illusion, but Ty is able to move in on the rotation. Cut in, get it past 2. Epic Johnny takes it towards Illusion. The cherry pickers galore right now for Illusions. Ty over the top, shot towards net, blocked by Lachinio. Beautiful angle. I expected him to hit the backboard, but he was able to find the net. Epic Johnny over the top of 2. Can he send the shot on target? Seabass is up and plays it away. Ty came flying in to try and give some support. But that demolition onto Justin, it opened up a lot of space there. Successfully give them what they need to move back down the field. With 2 minutes remaining, and on match point here. Goals really needing to come through for Allegiance right now as Justin's able to play it down. Excellent wall play from Epic Johnny.
Lachinio just smashing Seabass out of there. You saw Seabass on the back wall. Lachinio clears him out, giving a wide open shot for Justin. That's 2 goals up for them. They are getting closer and closer to a qualifying match.
The pass, the bump, and the shot Out of Style. Doing work and giving themselves that 2-goal margin. Shutting down the opportunity of 0-second play for now. Ty, play that one over the top of 1, but Johnny was shadowing, takes the shot towards net, does not go in. Illusion looking to pass out in the middle. Seabass up, he's been accurate all day, takes the shot, but Justin gets the save. It's not all the way out though. Ty will put it back into the box, and no, it goes out. Illusion tried his best to put it through, and now the breakaways here from Epic Johnny. It'll go all the way in. 3 goals for Out of Style.
Seabass not turning around to contest this, assuming Epic Johnny would have been there sooner. That will be a wide open net for them. 3 goals up, and the defense from Out of Style able to push that out there. That first save from Justin, actually insane. He waited on the ground. He waited patiently as far back as possible to give him as much time to react, and he did so.
This is the prediction of where the shot would be. Seabass had the entire net to shoot at. Now he'll go for it again. He's got a blocker and Illusion. But the best he can do is get it into the box. Ty will miss, and Illusion will take the shot, but it's high. Now Seabass rotating over to the side. He'll be up, and Justin will play it back into the blue. Final minute of Game 5. Match point for Allegiance. As Out of Style has been having the series of their life, especially Justin. The shot from Seabass goes into the box, but the clear comes through again. And Out of Style is just holding on to ball control. And with the 3-goal lead, 40 seconds remaining, it's looking more and more like Out of Style will have a chance to play. Next time we see them, they'll be playing for a spot in RLCS.
Their approach on net just proved to be a bit more effective against this Allegiance defense this time. They were going for the hard smacks off the backboard. They weren't afraid to clear it out and then follow up. They weren't doing as much small ball play as Allegiance. You know, Allegiance always looking for that pass, which I think could be very effective as well. I'd almost argue could usually be the more effective tactic, but they weren't doing it in a way where they were actually able to pull people out of net from Out of Style, and now it looks like they're going to seal the deal and move on to a qualifying RLCS promotion match.
Can they do it in the next match? They did it here against an RLCS team. They'll have 1 more game to play to get that spot, but what a great start. What a beautiful performance. They lost game number 1, 2-1, and from then on, we're just in complete control, winning 3-0, 6-4, 2-1, 3-0. Almost scoring first in all of those games. I don't think that they ever actually know. They never conceded the lead. After the first game, they had the lead the entire time.
I would like to know what happens on that first kickoff that always gave Out of Style the advantage. Because the next kickoff, they wouldn't score. And any other kickoff throughout the series, they wouldn't score right away. There's something about the opening kickoff that gives them enough control to score within the first 20 to 30 seconds. They did it 4 games in a row. There were only 6. So they did it almost every single game. They were able to have that control. They weren't able to pull it off in the overtime. So there's something about the very beginning that they're able to control where that kickoff goes. And a lot of times it's very difficult to, but you can give a relatively specific area to your teammates of, I'm going to put it here. It's going to go to the right or to the left in this general area, probably kind of fast. Your goal is to kind of control the power and the speed of it. That's kind of what your job is as the person going for kickoff. But they must have done it exclusively. Like, for 4 games in a row, they did such a fantastic job. And I love the way they showed up today.
It'll be fun to go back and study their kickoffs and see kind of what exactly they were doing there, because it was very, very effective. But not only that, they played great the rest of the games too. They're in out of style with the victory here in our first match. For more analysis and to lead us into our next match, let's go back to the desk.
Yeah, excellent start there for Out of Style, taking the 4-1 victory over Allegiance to advance to the next round of the bracket, meaning they are 1 match win away from getting into RLCS the next season. But what a play from these guys coming in from the rival series. We had all the questions. It's like, how are they going to play? How are they going to show up? There's a lot of pressure right now. But guys, it seemed like they came out and they were playing flashy, to be honest. Let's take a look at the Mobile One high performance replay from that one as we recap the victory of Out of Style over Allegiance.
And it was such an odd series with the quick goals. Like they were saying, the face-off goals from Out of Style, but it also happened in game 1 for Allegiance. They scored within the first 20 seconds, and then they win that game. But it was the first goal would win every single game in the series, 5-0. But it was just the Out of Style speed, I thought, was just catching Allegiance off guard time and time again.
I've warned Allegiance from the beginning that Out of Style's putting on a ton of shots, and they did exactly that.
This one.
And you saw Justin with the mind games, people kind of comparing him to an early day Squishy Muffins, and I think he is living up to that hype perfectly.
But we see Out of Style 42 shots per game, but Allegiance also had 41, but I don't think it plays to their strength of... That's how Out of Style wants to play. They want a really quick game. We saw Justin playing in the net a lot and then getting a ton of solo plays. That overtime winner was such an important game. It brought them up 3-1 instead of tied 2-2. But they gave Justin a little bit too much space because we saw Allegiance try and pressure maybe a little bit too hard. And then that solo plays, that's what it was from Out of Style. Every time they go to clear the ball, it was Out of Style just like, we're not going to pass. We're just going to dribble and beat one guy, and now we have control of the play.
Well, I mean, it is fall and harvest season's in full effect, and they really lived up to cherry picking. You saw every single time a player going down the field looking for a pass, and that's how they would break that offense up and start the 3-man weave, essentially, running down the field and just trying to cross up the Allegiance defense.
You mentioned the fall season again, man. Here in California, we're begging for it, I'm telling you. But, you know, you compared Justin to Squishy Muffins there. I think it's really interesting just, you know, seeing the play style of Out of Style and comparing it with the existing play styles we're seeing from North America and European teams. So can you elaborate on that a little bit as far as the style we're seeing from Out of Style? Who would you compare them to? Like, is there a little bit of PSG in there with like a Bluey Justin comparison, or what do you guys think?
Right now, I've been seeing a lot of more solo-oriented plays. We saw Allegiance with their team play, but they just couldn't get that last shot on net. It was always a really weak shot. Out of Style right now, I don't think they're playing too much like any of the RLCS teams because they do play a lot of solo plays, and then they might throw it off the backboard or something to make that pass, but they're not going for that infield pass that we see from a lot of these RLCS teams.
Well, and one difference for me was Out of Style always held one man back. They never pushed too far forward. They weren't overly aggressive. They played extremely smart, realizing, hey, we can hold Allegiance down, or if we all push forward, they have the ability to break out, and their defense was just on point for me. And like you said, you can't really compare them, in my opinion, just because they're so different. This is a brand new, fresh team trying to make an impact in the RLCS.
But there is one team maybe that I can compare them to is probably G2, where we have the JNAPS factor, maybe with the Justin factor, and then how they keep Rizzo so far back that they don't necessarily keep the same player back, but they do keep someone back pretty deep to play it safe. So maybe a little comparison to G2, and it makes sense because Lachino and Crow, you know, they used to be teammates.
And, you know, Out of Style looking very confident, pretty much the start they were absolutely hoping for. What's the key to them holding on? Like, what do they need to hold on to? Because right now they're 1 match win away from advancing to RLCS next season. They're awaiting the result of this next matchup, Renegades Fabian. What would you like Out of Style to hold on to from that series. What do you expect their communication to be like right now as they get ready for their very important match?
I would just set up a nice warm bath and put Justin in it so he stays hot. Because he has been playing out of his mind right now. So just make it a really steamy shower or something. Throw Justin in there until their next series. Exactly. Just stay warm, Justin, because you are playing out of your mind.
I just want to see them stay smart, play smart, and don't get overconfident. Just realize you need to keep winning. Don't get ahead of yourselves. Realize if you lose, you're dropping back down. Lose again, bye-bye, see you again in the RLRS.
All right, we'll see Out of Style a little bit later as they are one match victory away from advancing to the RLCS next season. But coming up next, we got to find out who they're going to play. We got another best-of-7 matchup coming your way. It's Fibian going up against Renegades as RLCS promotion tournament continues here on twitch.tv/Rocket League. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.